Alright guys, yeah, just saw the news recently that Sony/PlayStation have bought Bungie for, I believe, 3.7 billion or something, like crazy amounts of money, like, because you know, this is really interesting time, because we're just in February now, but just a few weeks back Microsoft acquired Activision Blizzard for 67.8 billion, I believe, which is like the biggest gaming news or acquisition I think ever. Massive changes in the game industry. You know, gaming's massive. You know, absolutely massive. Everybody games. Like, it's a huge entertainment industry. I have a PlayStation. I'm a big PlayStation fan, but I'm also invested in PC. I want to get a gaming PC, so I can play all these games. Like I want to play the new Elder Scrolls that's coming out. I want to play like Starfield and stuff. I'd rather try and get a game PC over an Xbox Series X. I just think PC is just the way to go, really, obviously, like, because then you can play all the PlayStation games as well. All the PlayStation games are coming out on PC, but this is massive. But I think with the Activision Blizzard deal, it's not finalised. I think around June of 2023, I believe, is when it'll be finalised. If it is finalised, it probably will, but because Activision Blizzard was in a lot of legal trouble and over like working conditions and sexual harassment and stuff. I'm not a legal expert, like, or anything like that, or a financial expert or anything like that. I don't play much of any of their games. Like, I used to play Call of Duty back in the day. Loved Call of Duty back in the day. Loved like Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, Modern Warfare 3. Black Ops 3 was really good. I didn't get Black Ops 4, that's when I kind of dropped off, but I loved those games. It wasn't amazing at the moment, but I thought they were really great games. Like, it's just interesting to see that probably now there will be some changes. There'll be some interesting changes. What's interesting is that, like, going forward, probably Call of Duty or any of those sort of games will be on exclusive to Xbox. I'm not absolutely sure on that, but for that kind of money, you know. But yeah, I think the current games are okay. But a good change would be that maybe the annual cycle of releasing game year on year, that might be scrapped, or if a Call of Duty later on down the line, maybe like a Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer, when they release that, maybe the game could potentially be delayed. Microsoft or Xbox could say, well, we don't deem that game to be truly finished properly, so we're gonna delay it. And that could be a great thing for Call of Duty, because then these studios would have more time, more sort of freedoms to make the game as good as they can, without having that pressure of releasing year on year. And other studios could maybe work on other IPs. You know, Phil Spencer was talking about, like you mentioned, Hexen. You know, I was playing that on PC, the old game on PC. Mad difficult. I found it mad difficult, but you know, so he was talking about the back catalogue, like Spyro and stuff. So maybe he would get studios that were working on Call of Duty and sort of get them to work on other things, and then obviously the toxic environment will probably be cleaned up. But this is all speculation, you know. I don't know, but Sony acquiring Bungie is a different sort of deal, because it means that all the ins and outs of it, Bungie are still independent. They still have that creative freedom. So maybe they say they want to release on other platforms like the Xbox, and so that's an interesting deal. But Sony will definitely benefit of having that talent, having that team. You know, there's talk of them, these massive companies buying up all these studios in a race to have bright futures ahead. And there's talk of like Square Enix and Capcom and stuff. It'd be interesting to see, but I did see online that like you can't really go in and try and acquire a large Japanese company because of laws in place that prevent sort of monopolies or create a monopoly or owning too much kind of thing. But it's interesting to see. I think Square Enix has a really healthy relationship with Sony. A lot of their stuff is on PlayStation, but I did see also that Sony could, instead of buying the whole company wholesale, they could fund the production of the game and then have it exclusively on their console, you know. Like I'm really excited for Final Fantasy 16 when it comes out. I haven't played Final Fantasy 14, but I hear it's really good. I don't have PlayStation Plus right now. I'm playing Demon Souls offline, but like multiplayer games, I used to love multiplayer games, but I'd love to try it out. I've seen that it's really good, or they made it really good. But yeah, this is really interesting. Really big January, very big month of January for Sony to acquire that. It'd be interesting to see. It'd probably be a crazy year. You know, I don't think Sony have, like Sony has a lot, and they're like, they've heavily invested in the gaming space. I think they're number one in the gaming space right now, and then Tencent is there second, and I believe Microsoft or Xbox will be third if this acquisition deal goes through. But if you're a Call of Duty player on PlayStation, it is worrying because there's a big potential that, like 2023 onwards, like a new Black Ops game, let's say, coming out Christmas 2023, may not be on PlayStation, or it could be that it's for a couple of months it's first on Xbox, and then it will be on PlayStation. But I'm not sure. That's all up in the air right now. Phil Spencer says he wants to. He doesn't want to take communities away from that console, but it's a very interesting time. You know, the guy from Digital Foundry says he worries that all these companies are being gobbled up in a race for this sort of stream thing. That is true, but I think physical media will last for many years to come. I believe there are people out there that buy physical games. I buy physical games, not all of them, but some of them, and then like books and magazines. I think they're going to be around, but it is heavily digital. But these are just my quick thoughts on it. The Microsoft Activision Blizzard was a massive deal. It'd be interesting to see that. Like, I have a friend who uses Xbox, but it's interesting. He buys physical games. He doesn't subscribe to Game Pass because he believes it's all in the cloud. You don't really own it. What happens if the internet cuts out and stuff? But I just think it's an incredibly good deal. But I wonder if a lot of PC games like Diablo and stuff will come to Game Pass. Interesting to see. But now we have these companies like Capcom and Sega and third party. I hope they remain third party, but because I am looking forward to the next iterations of Street Fighter and stuff. I love Street Fighter. But these are just my quick thoughts on this. Very interesting times, and it'll be interesting to see how this all plays out. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Definitely drop me a rating, or subscribe to the channel for more this kind of content. But thanks very much for watching, and I'll catch you in another video. See you then. See you.